World building can be a huge task, especially if you're someone writing in genres such as fantasy, sci-fi, or historical fiction. I'm currently working on a YA fantasy novel that spans multiple kingdoms and is heavily influenced by the Middle Ages. And as I'm working on the setting and the intricacies of this world, I need to keep it organized. I want to make sure that the threads of this setting do not abruptly change throughout my story. So to do so, I spent some time researching and looking for digital platforms that can help me do things such as map making, build magic systems, or just keep organized all of the wealth of information I have created for my world. And so today I want to share the 5 world building resources that I absolutely love. These are going to be fun to use, easy to use, and help you remain organized at the same time. And the first platform I want to tell you about is Inkarnate. This is a map making platform. You are going to be able to make these amazing maps where you can drop and drag all of the different parts of your setting. This is perfect for anyone who has a story that is set across multiple kingdoms or continents, even oceans, and they want to make sure that they don't mix up what worlds and lands brush up against each other throughout the story, especially if there's a lot of journeying going on with your MC and you want to make sure that the journey takes a logical amount of time to get from their destination to the next. What I love about this is that they give you a template to start from. If you are working with a fantasy world or you're trying to make a battle map, you can go through and choose the ones that set you up for success as you start to work within that time. And then you get to start adding everything else you need. So you can add things such as landmarks. You can even build up objects such as castles. You can add trees and forests and oceans and label everything to your heart's content. And just having that map with you after as you build onto your world, if it's getting even bigger throughout the story, you can go back before bringing in this new setting piece and make sure that where you're plopping it into the story makes sense for the reader. So check out Inkarnate. You can start with the free version and try that out for a while. I think it will totally work for you. The next digital platform is fantasynamegenerators.com. They have so many generators. When I'm stuck and I'm looking for a name for a new place or a side character, I can go into here and I can tell them what I'm looking for. So I can seek out names by magical race, such as elvish names or dwarf names. I can tell them what sort of fantasy world I'm inspired by. So I can say Game of Thrones inspired names, and they will be able to generate a list of names for me. Not only do they have generators based on genre or type of magical being, you can also ask for them to generate names by character trope or culture. There are so many more, and it goes beyond name generators as well. You can ask for names for locations and lands. You can even use their generator to help build descriptions. They have a huge list of different descriptions you can generate. Generating descriptions for shipwrecks, spells, towns, traditions, dragons and diseases, dungeons, even character descriptions and city descriptions. You can use these to spark your own inspiration, especially when you are stuck. FantasyNameGenerator.com is something I like to use at the beginning of planning out a story, when I'm just starting to pull all my threads together and plop things into place. And I might have notes to myself such as side character A, who doesn't really have much of a personality or even a name yet, and I'm trying to figure out who they are. I might not even use exactly what they've given me. It might just be a jumping off point for where I want to go from there. Check out Fantasy Name Generator when you are stuck with descriptions and names within your story. Platform number 3 is fightright.net. Now, this is a blog written by a fellow writer who has a background in various fight training styles such as judo and MMA. And this is where to go when you are adding fight scenes within your story, when you need to brush up on weaponry and wound care, because sometimes the tiniest details can pull your reader out and totally ruin your story. And as someone who doesn't have a background in fighting styles and wound care, I come here just to make sure that I'm not overdoing it or that what I'm saying is a wound that can be created by this particular weapon is totally unrealistic. So go through her blog. You will find everything you need to at least get you started and know which way you need to get researching for those epic battles and fight scenes. She even has books that you can purchase to help you write believable fight scenes. I haven't checked out these books yet, but if you have, please tell us in the comments if they are totally worth it. Okay, so the last two websites I want to talk about are going to be a place where you can build out your setting and your world and keep it organized within one platform. And the first one I want to talk about is Word Anvil. So Word Anvil is a website where you get to expand your world building beyond that name generation and map making that I talked about at the beginning. And so when I go into Word Anvil, I can make detailed maps of my world setting right there. I can even do things like create organized historical timelines, which can be super helpful if you are someone who is time bouncing around within your story. You can craft family trees or even just show the relationships between different characters within your story. And they even have this like Wikipedia-like article. So if you have a world with magical creatures or new species that you've created and you want to tell us all about them, their description, their strengths and weaknesses, you can create those Wikipedia pages and then within the pages link to another Wikipedia-like page that connects to another portion of your world building. They have so many templates to help you get started so you don't have to be someone who is creating it all on your own. And this is such a great way for you to be able to easily reference everything within your world so that when you are on your way to writing your story, you don't need to start hunting and flipping through pages and pages of notes. You can go to that article that you've written on Word Anvil, and then you will be able to get back to writing so much faster. World Anvil even has a writing platform that allows you to write your entire manuscript there. Now, I haven't tried it myself, so if you have and you love it, please let us know what you think about it in the comments so that we can determine if this is the right resource for us. And the final platform I want to talk about is Campfire Writing. And it's pretty similar to Word Anvil in the fact that you can plan your manuscript and write it all in one place. But I think this might be the platform for new writers who are looking for a little extra guidance. Campfire Writing is broken down into 18 modules that will guide you through the entire planning and writing process. Now, similar to Word Anvil, you can do all of your world building right in Campfire Writing. But if you're someone who is getting overwhelmed by all of the exciting resources out there and you just want to start dipping your toes into the world building process, try out Campfire Writing first. Again, I haven't tried this one myself, but I think this might be more beneficial for those who are writing their first story. They have so much in Campfire Writing. There's also mood boards and character streets. So you can go beyond world building and plan out every intricate part of your story, including writing the manuscript through the use of their modules. So this is a great site to check out, again, if you are a new writer who wants a little bit more help as you build upon your writing craft. None of this was available when I started writing. My fantasy novel was originally written way back in university, and I still have my handwritten notes spread across papers and notebooks. I can imagine how much more organized and easy the process would have been if I had access to some of these digital platforms. I could have zoomed out to see a big picture understanding of my world, or zoomed in to refine all of those intricate details along the way. Now, in the case of Word Anvil and Campfire Writing, I have not explored these sites to the fullest. I have not written my manuscripts in either of them. So if you have experience with either of these platforms, let us know how it's going in the comments, what you love about them, so that we can determine which one would be right for us. So writers, take some time to explore these different platforms to discover which of these are right for you. And if you're looking for more videos like this to discover resources and tips for creative writers, make sure to subscribe and join the community. Take care and happy writing.